Greetings to all Aware Mind followers. Today, we will delve into one of the most complex barriers to personal growth, cognitive and behavioral self-sabotage. This psychological phenomenon, rooted in unconscious processes and imposed cognitive patterns, hinders our ability to reach our full potential and leads to the repetition of dysfunctional behaviors. From a cognitive science perspective, self-sabotage can be classified as a form of cognitive distortion in which individuals impose mental biases that limit their progress and success. The most common cognitive patterns leading to self-sabotage include internalizing failures, attributing setbacks to fixed and unchangeable personal traits, catastrophizing the future, predicting failure without sufficient evidence, mind reading, assuming that others hold negative perceptions about us, identifying distorted thought patterns, analyzing and challenging unhelpful cognitive assumptions, practicing cognitive restructuring, replacing limiting thoughts with more realistic interpretations, utilizing cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT) techniques, implementing evidence-based methods to correct maladaptive mental frameworks. Cognitive emotional procrastination is a core element of self-sabotage, often stemming from fear of failure or an excessive need for perfection. Contrary to popular belief, procrastination is not merely a lack of willpower, but a consequence of internal conflicts and avoidant behavioral patterns. Strategies to combat procrastination: implementing performance monitoring systems, utilizing techniques such as the Pomodoro method for time management, applying the principle of gradual progress, focusing on small, achievable tasks rather than waiting for sudden motivation, analyzing the cost-benefit of avoidance, assessing the long-term consequences of procrastination versus the advantages of taking action. Fear of failure is not only a major driver of self-sabotage, but can manifest in various forms, such as avoidance, engagement in unproductive alternative behaviors, and even self-sabotage successes. This fear is often rooted in past experiences and learned environmental responses. Strategies to overcome fear of failure: practicing gradual exposure, systematically confronting challenging situations in a controlled manner, redefining failure, shifting the perspective of failure from a final endpoint to an opportunity for growth, adopting a mindfulness approach, strengthening present moment awareness, and accepting discomfort without cognitive resistance. When perfectionism is defined as an unattainable standard, it can become a mechanism of self-sabotage, trapping individuals in a cycle of chronic dissatisfaction. Over time, this leads to performance anxiety, decreased productivity, and psychological burnout. Ways to counteract unhealthy perfectionism: reevaluating personal expectations, defining success based on effort rather than outcome, accepting human limitations, recognizing that mistakes are a natural part of the learning process, developing a growth mindset, focusing on continuous improvement rather than striving for unrealistic standards. Positive psychology researchers emphasize that self-compassion is a critical factor in breaking the cycle of self-sabotage. Self-compassion involves accepting one's flaws, treating oneself with kindness, and refraining from harsh self-judgment. Practices for cultivating self-compassion: engaging in supportive self-talk, replacing self-critical thoughts with encouraging affirmations, writing a letter to oneself, describing failures and struggles from the perspective of a compassionate friend, practicing mindfulness techniques, enhancing emotional awareness, and fostering non-judgmental acceptance. Self-sabotage is a multidimensional phenomenon with cognitive, emotional, and behavioral roots. By understanding its mechanisms, and implementing scientifically backed strategies, we can break free from self-imposed limitations and move towards sustainable growth. Have you ever recognized self-sabotaging patterns in your behavior? What steps have you taken to overcome them? Share your experiences in the comments section. Until the next video, stay on your journey of awareness and progress.